Okay, so introduce yourself.
My name is Judy Sego, and I'm a pediatrician working with Blue Ridge Community Health Services in Sylva, North Carolina.
And what is your belief on vaccinations?
I believe vaccinations are very beneficial in helping prevent the spread of infectious disease, and obviously, to the credit of vaccinations, some infectious diseases are no longer a problem worldwide, such as smallpox, and polio is nearly eradicated. And so we hope to continue on that trend of being able to eradicate various infectious diseases.
Of course. So, do you encourage your patients and their families to get vaccinated?
Most certainly.
Okay. And have you ever dealt with refusal towards vaccinations, and how did you deal with it?
Yes, we have an increasing number of patients' parents who elect not to get their children immunized. Um, Initially, I have requested parents sign a paper stating that they understand the risk of not getting their child vaccinated, which includes, of course, getting the disease, which could be prevented by the vaccination, and that some of those diseases can have permanent sequelae and/or death as complications from that. So I try to educate the parent about what the potential consequences of not getting vaccinated would be or could be.
What do you think is the most important strategy in encouraging parents to get their children vaccinated?
Likely education. Fortunately and or unfortunately, we do not see a lot of the diseases anymore. So I think parents don't have the fear of their child getting lockjaw tetanus,
Yes.
or the fear of getting some strains of meningitis, or the fear of getting polio, because for the most part they don't see these diseases in the community, um, which has then resulted in parents deciding that, well, that's not the reason they've decided not to get the immunizations, but they're not getting the reinforcement of why they should get the
Yes.
immunizations. So we do have in our room pictures of some of the diseases that are preventable, as well as a little description of the disease, so that hopefully they can look at that, and as well as the fact that I discuss the diseases with them, and talk about how they can prevent those by using the vaccines.
Perfect. Have you, being a healthcare professional, have you researched on studies regarding vaccinations and the current maybe outbreaks that are soon leading to refusal?
I have read on various vaccine practices, changes, and such. Certainly, the recommendations do change, so we have to look into what has changed and why. And then when parents present with certain particular concerns, I will try to investigate what is the preservative, is there a preservative, and try to see if some of their fears can be calmed by looking into whatever their particular question is.
So personally, have you ever had to get a mandatory vaccination for work, and have you received all of your vaccinations that you need to be getting?
Yes. Um, well, my birth date puts me in the time frame of I didn't have a actual immunization record. So as time has gone on, I have had to get some of those vaccines because
Yeah.
to prove that I have either, uh, well, that I've been immunized. So several things I have had to get for work, and most recently I had to get the MMR again because I got titers and my mumps titer was not sufficient. So with coming to work at Blue Ridge, I had to get my MMR repeated.
Okay. And do you receive your flu vaccination annually?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Well, you're very welcome.